Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala, ma ba'd. I want you to take a look around the room. Notice all the empty seats now. Alright? Remember when we first started, it was, mashallah, pretty packed. And as the weeks progress and progress and progress, you're going to see more and more empty seats, right? So the most important thing to remember is that as long as your seat is not empty, okay, that inshallah you will continue to benefit. I want to also stress the importance of not missing one class if possible. If you're going to miss class, at the very least you should catch up on the recording. Because missing one class, you can imagine how far behind. We cover a lot in 2 hours. Okay, so I just want you to again stress the importance of attendance, stress the importance of catching up with the videos if you're unable to attend, and trying to come as prepared as possible. Okay, let me take attendance real quick. Yasmin Haq, Sister Michelle, Sana Mayman's online, Maryam Al-Shuwaykh, Razan Zahid Khan, Sister Noreen's here,
yep.
Sister Suhana is here,
yes.
Sister Serene,
Online.
Haxton Shamana, Sayyidullah's here, Faisal is not here. Mumtaz, Sister Mumtaz? She's online today. Okay. Samir? Latif? No, he's not here. Hadi? No. Fatima Sheikh? No. Abdullah Khan?
Here.
Okay. Sarah Khan?
Here.
Brother Shazad is here. Sister Ramana?
Yes.
Sister Makeda?
Here.
Sister Alia Sayyid? No. Zina? Sister Warda's here. Amar? No. Online. Harun? Sister Hannah's here. Abdul Bari's here. Sister Maryam is here. And your partner in crime is not here today? She's coming? Okay. I'll take attendance in a little bit. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. I like to review everything at the beginning of each class because I'm willing to bet 90% of you, unfortunately, do not review at home, which is fine. But we can at least benefit from a quick review, inshallah. Okay? So let's start from the very, very beginning. Okay? I know it's annoying, but inna dhikra tanfa'al mu'minin. Right? That remembrance and mentioning things is in the benefit of the believer. Okay. Al-kalima. Which means what? Okay. All words in the Arabic language are divided into 3 categories. What are they? Ism, fi'l, and harf. Up until this point, we have not talked about these 2. Correct? Yes? Okay. So let's focus here for a second. Ism. The first category of ism, or the classification of ism we did was? Okay, indefinite versus definite, also known as nakira and ma'arifa. Okay? We said that nakira is usually identified through the double vowel, through the tanween, either double dhamma, double fatha, or double kasra. Correct? Okay? And the ma'arifa is usually identified through The presence of alif lam or proper names, right? Fatima, Khadija, Muhammad, Khalid, etc. Okay? That's ma'rifah. So also proper nouns. Okay? The second classification we did was masculine, feminine. Okay? Masculine in Arabic is mudhakkar. Very good. Mudhakkar. And feminine is mu'annath. Okay. Mudhakkar, let's start with mu'annath. Mu'annath is usually identified through presence of ta marbuta at the end. And what else? Huh? Biologically, if it's a name that doesn't have ta marbuta at the end. What else? Elements also. Very good. What else? Huh? Proper nouns we mentioned. What else? Alif maqsura. What else? Alif mamduda. Okay. Anything else? Very good. Body parts that are in pairs. Okay. Body parts that come in twos. Okay. Are also feminine. Anything else? Okay. Very good. And mudhakkar obviously is everything that's not in that category. Okay. So obviously biologically masculine things will fall into that category. Things that do not end in ta marbuta obviously will also typically be considered masculine as well. Okay? Alright. Our next classification was? Singular, dual, plural. Very good. Singular, dual, and plural. Okay? Singular is obviously any word that makes you believe or understand that it's one of that item, right? So an example we did was qalam, okay, pen, or talib, which is student, okay, one student. Then we said dual, okay. We said that the dual was created how? By adding alif noon at the beginning, right?
No.
At the end, okay? For example, qalam becomes what? Qalamani. Excellent. And talib becomes talibani. Very good. Okay. And then we said that the plural is of different kinds. Right? Do you guys remember?
Yeah.
We said the first plural that we did last week was
Broken.
the broken plural. Okay? What does that word mean, broken?
The original singular is, it doesn't have the same pattern of the singular now.
Okay, good. So the singular word, okay, the root letters will be the same. Okay? Don't worry about how to identify the root letters. Just keep that in your mind. The root letters, okay, will be the same, but they might be rearranged. Okay? There might be a couple letters added, a couple letters removed. You might add a vowel, change a vowel, etc., but the root letters will be the same. Okay? So the example of broken plural for qalam is very good. Aqlam. Okay? The root letters are the same. Qaf, lam, mim. Okay? And their order is the same. Qaf comes first, then lam after the qaf, and mim after both qaf and lam. Okay? But with the singular and the broken plural, notice that we've changed the vowels. Okay? Qalam in the singular had a fatha, and aqlam in the plural has sukoon. Okay? We also added a letter that before the qaf, hamza, with an alif. Okay? And then we also added an alif after the lam that was not there in the singular. That's what's meant by broken. That the original singular form is not preserved. It is broken. It is adjusted. It is fixed. Something is done to it. Okay? The second type of plural that we looked at, apart from broken plural, was sound masculine plural. Okay? What does it mean that something is sound? the opposite of broken. Okay? So with broken, we added letters, we removed letters, we changed vowels, we do all kinds of stuff. Whereas with the sound masculine plural, the singular version of this word is sound. It's unchanged. It's intact entirely. Okay? So let's take a look at talib. Okay? Talib, we can change into sound masculine plural. When we say sound, the singular goes unchanged. So I'm going to write it unchanged as it is up here. Talib. Okay? How do we create the sound masculine plural? Through waw noon. So all I'm doing, waw and noon. Okay? And that's it. The first part of the word remains intact just like in the singular form. Talib, talib. The only difference is we add waw noon at the end. And talib becomes talibuna. That's it. Sound masculine. Sound, the singular form is unchanged. Okay? The other one that we had, did we do sound feminine yet? Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and add talibatun. Okay? The dual is going to be the same. You add alif noon, and this ta becomes an open ta. Okay? Talibatani. Right? In the dual? Yes? Okay, all we did was we added alif noon. The singular remains the same. For the sound feminine, okay, again, it's sound. The singular form goes unchanged. All we're doing is we're adding alif ta to the end. So that ta marbuta, that's at the end of talibatun, we're going to open it up, we're going to move it down one spot, and we're going to put an alif right before it. Okay? So taliba is going to become libat. Okay? That's it. And there's your sound feminine. Okay? So here we have sound masculine, here we have broken, and here we have sound feminine. Okay? Any questions on that? Anybody? Anybody at all? Guys? Sir Samreen, you have a question? You sure? Okay. All right. After the different types of plurals, we got into something that was a little bit more sticky, okay, which was the i'rab. Okay, what is i'rab? I'rab are usually the how the word is expressing what state it's in. Okay, again, who can remind me what the three states are? Go ahead. Okay, very good. Marfu' or rafa', mansub or nasab, majroor or jar. Okay? All right. Each one of these, okay, what do I mean by each one of these? The singular, the dual, the sound masculine, the broken, and the sound feminine will all have their own way of expressing rafi', nasab, and jar. Okay? Don't you guys, I made you write a chart in the back of your notebook, I think. Okay, let's go back to that chart, if you wrote it. Let's go ahead and start with the singular. Okay. A word like talib. Okay? We said that singular nouns, talib, qalam, madrasa, taliba, muhandis, all of these different singular words will express rafi', nasab, and jar through vowels alone. Okay? So talibun or طالبا or طالب. Okay? And if it has alif lam, it'll only take one. الطالب الطالبة الطالبي. واضح? Make sense? Alright. Here we have مرفوع منصوب مجرور. Yes? Alright. Let's continue. We have the dual. Okay? طالبان. Okay? We said that the dual does not express the three states through vowels. We said that the dual expresses the three states through letters. You guys with me? Okay. Talibani ends on which vowel? Ends on one kasra, right? That kasra, as far as we're concerned, does not tell us that's in a state of jar. We're going to ignore that kasra altogether. Where are we going to put our focus on? This alif here. Okay. In the dual form, when I see that alif, I know that the word is in what state? Right? In a state of rafa', marfu'. Okay? The word in the dual will express both nasab and jar through the same letter. Okay? All right. If the marfu' is expressed through the alif, nasab and jar for the dual are going to be expressed through ya. Okay. The noon doesn't change. In the dual, the noon will always end in kasra, regardless if it's marfu', mansub, or majroor. Because we're not paying attention to the last letter anymore. Right? In the dual, we're paying attention to the second to last letter. If the second to last letter is alif, I know it's in a state of rafa'. And if the second to last letter is ya, I know it's in a state of nasab or jar. How do I tell the difference? We will get there. Okay? But for now, all I want you to do is recognize how the dual is expressing the three states. Rafa' through the alif, nasab and jar through the ya. Wadih? Alright. Let's move on. Now we're going to do the broken plural. Okay? Aqlam, which is the plural of what? Of qalam. Luckily for you, the broken plural expresses the three states just like the singular nouns do. Okay? Through the vowels. Aqlamun, aqlaman, aqlamin. And if it has alif lam, al-aqlamu, al-aqlama, al-aqlami. Okay? Nothing new here. Wadih? So the plural of bayt, which means house, is buyut. It's a broken plural. It's not salim. Right? We added something. So because it's a broken plural, we know that buyut in the rafa' is going to be buyutun. In the nasab it'll be buyutan, and in the jar it'll be buyutin. Easy? Alright. Moving on. Sound masculine plural. Okay? Sound meaning that the original word is preserved. Muslim. Okay? the root, the beginning of the word does not change. What are we adding? Waw, noon. Okay? Similar to the dual, we are not focusing on the last letter anymore. We are focusing on the second to last letter. واضح? Okay. Unlike the dual, like the dual, both the sound masculine plural and the dual will express their states through letters. Okay? The dual expressed rafi' through the alif. The sound masculine plural will express rafi' through the waw. Again, we're not paying attention to the vowel on the last letter. Okay? For the dual and the sound masculine plural, we're paying attention to the second to last letter. If it's alif for the dual, it's rafi'. If it's waw for the plural, it's rafi' as well. Okay? Okay. The sound masculine plural will express nasab and jar using the same letter that the dual will. What was the letter for the dual? Ya. So the letter for the sound masculine plural, nasab and jar, will also be the ya as well. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. Now, I mentioned this briefly last week, so let's go over it one more time. Okay? All right. Up until this point, okay, we cannot tell the difference between the dual nasab and the sound masculine plural nasab. Okay? Because if it were marfu', very easily, the dual would be muslimani and the sound masculine plural would be muslimuna. Rafi', rafi'. No problem. But here, since they both are using this ya to express nasab and jar, how are we supposed to tell the difference between the dual in the nasab and jar and the sound masculine plural in the nasab and jar? Is the question clear? Okay. How do we do it? Through the vowels at the end. Okay? If it ends like this, in red, it's dual. And if it ends like this, in green, it's the sound masculine plural. Okay? Muslimaini, dual. Muslimina, plural. Yes? I won't put anything without vowels. Yeah, all the vowels will be there. All right. Muslimani, dual rafi', no problem. Muslimuna, sound masculine plural, rafi', no problem. Muslimaini, is it dual or plural? Dual, maini, right? Maini. And muslimina is plural. Okay? Just something that your ear is going to have to get used to. Okay? But inshallah, it won't be that difficult. Okay? All right. We did broken plural. We did sound masculine plural. We did the difference in nasab and jar for the sound masculine plural. We did how to identify between dual and sound masculine plural in the nasab and jar. Now, I believe we stopped here. Sound feminine plural. We did not talk about this last week, correct? We did? We did all of it? Okay, so let's review. The sound feminine plural, okay, will express rafa' just like singular nouns through dhamma. Muslimatun if it's nakira, and al-muslimatu if it's ma'rifa, through the vowel dhamma. Okay? So this is marfu'. We then have muslimatin. Okay? Muslimatin for the majroor. Again, same like the singular noun and the broken plural. Okay? Muslimatun, muslimatin. Al-muslimatu, al-muslimati for the rafa and jar. Okay? The trick here becomes in the mansub. The mansub will also look like the majroor. Okay? The majroor and the mansub both express their states through the use of the kasra. Muslimatin in the jar, muslimatin in the nasab. Al-muslimati in the jar, al-muslimati in the nasab. How do I tell the difference? We will get there. Again, you are just recognizing the states. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions up until this point? Yes?
So in Musanna and the sound plural, it's always that the Arab in the last and the word 2 letters before, they're always opposite.
Yeah, the vowels for the dual and for the sound masculine plural will be opposites. Yeah, always.
And the second question is for the Jamut Taksir. Is it always that if we have a Jamut Taksir, is it like we can have both broken and sound at the same time, or is it like if we have the broken then we don't have the sound word for that?
Generally speaking, plurals for human beings can be both broken and sound masculine. But for inanimate objects like pens and books, you won't have the sound masculine plural. You'll only have the broken. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Here we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some exercises. Okay. Let's go to exercise number 2. No, I don't like that one. Okay, let's do it. So, exercise 2 on page 40 says, change the following nouns to the sound masculine plural. Okay? I'm going to add a wrinkle into that. And I'm going to say, in addition to making it sound masculine plural, I'm going to tell you rafa' nasab or jar. Okay? So for sound masculine rafa', you're going to say una. And for for nasab and jar, you're going to say ina. Clear? All right. We'll start from Sister Yasmin on my right, and we'll snake all the way through. Number 1, mu'minun. Make it sound masculine, marfu'.
Mu'minuna.
Okay, very good. Mu'min becomes mu'minuna in the rafa'. Very good. Sister Michelle, number 2. عابد in the jar.
عابدين.
Very good. عابد becomes عابدين. Very good. Abdul Bari, number 3. Sajid in the nasab.
Sajidin.
Very good. Sajid becomes sajidina. Same as the jar. Number 4 next. Raki' in the marfu'.
راكعون.
Very good. Raki' becomes raki'una with wow. Next, number 5. In the nasab.
نصب.
Yes.
صائمون.
Sa'imuna is for what state?
It's duo. So okay, صائمين.
We're not doing dual, we're doing sound masculine. So the rafa' for sound masculine is what? Okay, look on the screen. The rafa' is through the use of what letter?
Wow.
Okay. And I asked for which one?
نصب.
Uh-huh. So sa'im in the nasab in the plural is going to be
صائمين.
sa'imina. Very good. Okay. Next. Qa'im. Okay. In the jar.
قائمين.
Qa'imina. Very good. Next. Khashi' in the marfu'.
It's going to be خاشعون.
Very good. Khashi' becomes khashi'una. Very good. Sister Noreen, number 8. Shakir in the jar. Shakirina. Very good. Sister Nali, number 9. Sabir in the nasab. Very good. Sabirina. Excellent. Next, number 10. Kafir in the marfu'. Yeah, your turn. Go ahead. Yeah. Number 10.
What's the
Rafa'. Kafir becomes kafiruna. Very good. Ya ayyuhal kafiruna. Okay. Number 11. Munafiq in the nasab. Munafiqina. Very good. Next, number 12. Jahil in the jar. Jahilina. Very good. Sister Miriam, number Shuwaykh, number 13. Mudarris in the rafa'. Mudarrisuna. Very good. Crossing the aisle. Muhaddith in the jar. Number 14. Now I said jar. Muhaddith. Number 14 becomes? Very good. Muhaddith becomes muhaddithina. Excellent. Number 15, mumarrid in the nasab. Mumarridina. Very good. 16, musafir in the rafa'. Musafiruna. Very good. Next, number 17, muhandis in the nasab. Muhandisina. Very good. Number 18, muwaddif in the rafa'. Muwaddifuna. Very good. And the last one, number 19, musannif in the jar. Musannifina. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Any problems with that? Pretty straightforward? Okay. Jump to exercise 3. Okay. Do you want me to translate these words or no? You guys are okay. Translate? Okay. Number 1, mu'min, believer. I'm going to go quickly, huh? Number 2 was abid, worshipper. Huh? I'm going exercise 2, the ones that we just did. Number 1, mu'min was believer. Number 2, abid was worshipper. Number 3, sajid is prostrator, the one who prostrates. Number 4, raki' is the one that performs ruku', bows. 5 is sa'im, the one who fasts. Number 6 is qa'im, the one who's standing. Number 7 is khashi', the one who's fearful. Number 8 is shakir, the one who shows gratitude or thanks. Number 9 is sabir, the one who is patient. Number 10 is kafir, the one who disbelieves. Number 11 is munafiq, the hypocrite. Number 12 is jahil, the one who is ignorant. Number 13 is mudarris, teacher. Number 14 is muhaddith, the scholar of hadith. Number 15 is mumarrid, nurse, male nurse. 16 is musafir, traveler. Number 17, muhandis, engineer. Number 18, muwaddif is like an employee or official or something. Number 19, musannif, one of the words for author, okay, author of a book. And number 20, dallun is one who is misguided. Dallina, right? Okay. Exercise 3. I'll give you the translations real quick. Number 1, mu'mina, female believer. They're all female, okay? Number 1 is believer. Number 2, the one who is, I have to look that up. I don't want to give you a wrong translation. Number 3, sadiqa, the one who is truthful. Number 14, sabira, the one who is patient. Number 5, khashi'ah, the one who is fearful. Number 6, mutasaddiqa, the one who gives in charity. Number 7, sa'ima, the one who fasts. Number 8, hafidha, the one who preserves, yani memorizer of the Quran. Number 9, dhakira, the one who constantly mentions or remembers, like meaning Allah, mentions and remembers Allah. Number 10, walida, mother. Number 11, murdi'ah, the one who breastfeeds. Number 12, murabbiyah, the one who raises, like raises a child. Number 13, mu'allima, female teacher. 14, mumarrida, female nurse. 15, tilmida, female student. 16, tabiba, female doctor. 17, the one who's standing. 18, the one who's sitting. 19, the one who's going. Dhahib from dhahaba, which we'll get to. 20, raji'ah, the one who's returning. 21, kafirah, disbeliever. 22, kadhiba, liar. 23, munafiqa. Number 24, the one who, I have to get back to you on that one. Something about their their beauty. I think the one that exposes their beauty. Number 25, the one mutahajjiba, the one who observes hijab. 26, 27, 28, 29 are all names. And 30 is female student. Alright. So what you're doing here again is you're making them sound feminine plural through the addition of that alif ta. And again, I'm going to add a wrinkle and ask you to do it. Rafa', nasab, or jar. Remember that the rafa' is through the double vowel dhamma, the regular one. The jar is through the double kasra, normal. And the mansoob will be through also the double kasra as well. So the nasab and jar will be the same. Okay? Sister Yasmin, again, number 1, mu'mina in the rafa'.
Mu'minatun.
Very good. Mu'minatun in the rafa'. Next, qanitatun in the jar. Very good. Qanitatin in the jar. Next, sadiqa in the mansoob. Sadiqa in the, what did I say? I said nasab. Sadiqatin. Very good. Next, sabira in the rafa'.
Sabiratun.
Very good. Sabiratun. Next, khashi'a in the jar.
Khashi'atun.
In the jar, khashi'a. What did you say? Tun is marfu'. Khashi'atin. Very good. Next, mutasaddiqa in the nasab.
Why don't you get the same word every time? Can I say that?
Mutasaddiqatin. Right? Mutasaddiqatin. Good. Next, sa'ima in the marfu'. Sa'imatun. Very good. Next, Sister Noreen, hafidha in the jar. Very good. Hafidhatin. Number 9, Naili, dhakira in the nasab. Dhakiratin. Very good. Next, walida in the, yes.
I hear you say nasab is thin,
Yes.
thin is kasra.
Because the jar and the nasab for the sound feminine plural are the same. Where were we? Number 10? And number 10, walida in the rafa'. Very good. Walidatun. Very good. Number 11, murdi'a in the jar. Very good. Murdi'atin. Excellent. Next, murabbiya in the nasab. Very good. Murabbiyatin. Very good. Next, Sister Maryam, number 13, muallima in the rafa'. Muallimatun. Very good. Next, number 14, mumarrida in the rafa'. Close. Mumarridatun. You got the part that I needed to get. You needed to get right. Mumarridatun. Very good. Number 15, tilmidha in the jar. Tilmi. You need to make it plural. How do you make it plural? How do we make the female ones plural? Take a look at the board. So it's the vowels aren't the thing that I want to call your attention to. It's the pronunciation. You're not elongating something. Yeah. So tilmidha in the plural is going to be there you go. The issue that I was having was you weren't elongating the vowel enough so that I can hear an alif. Okay? So tilmidha will be tilmidat. Right? You need to elongate the alif so I know that it's plural. And then in the rafa is going to be tilmidatun. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay. Next, we have.
So for tilmida, alif is going to have a fatha or
it's sukun. The letter before it has fatha to make the long vowel. Next, tabiba in the nasab. Very good. Tabibatin. Next, qa'ima in the jar. Very good. Next, jalisa in the nasab. Very good. Jalisatin. And the last one, number 19, dhahibatun in the marfu'. Bahibatun. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. What I want you to do now, theoretically, you should know all of these words on exercise 4, but I'm not sure if you do or don't. Okay. On the test, okay, which is to be determined, I might do something like this, for example, okay? I would say, I'll give you a word, and I'll say, show me this word in the rafa'. So you would do what? Qalamun. Okay. If I gave you, again, this word, qalam, and I said, make it in the dual jar. Dual jar. Qalamaini. You need to put the vowels too, okay? If I gave you this word, talib, and I said, make it a broken plural in the jar, you would say tullabin. Okay. If I gave you this word, mudarris, and I said, put this word in the mansub, sound masculine plural, you would say mudarrisina. We just did that one, right? If I gave you this word, talibatun, and I said, put this word in the sound feminine plural nasab, you would say talibatin. Okay, so that's definitely going to be one exercise on your exam. Okay, so you are expected to know how the singular, the dual, and the sound masculine, sound feminine, and broken plurals all express rafa', nasab, and jar. I might even throw an alif lam in there. Okay? If I said, for example, al-qalam. Dual jar, you would just say al-qalamaini. Doesn't change. Okay? If I said at-talib into the broken plural, at-tullab, jar. If I said al-mudarris to the sound masculine jar, al-mudarrisin. At-taliba, at-talibat. Okay? Don't let the alif lam nakira fool you. If it has alif lam, will not take tanween. Okay? Yeah, if it has alif lam, it will not take tanween. And if it doesn't have alif lam, it doesn't really affect this. Okay? Remember that the alif lam only affects the tanween. The sound masculine and the dual don't have tanween to begin with. So the presence or absence of the alif lam is not going to affect the word. Okay? Whereas the singular, the broken plural, and the sound feminine plural all take tanween. And because they take tanween, if you add alif lam, you have to remove one of the last two vowels. Does that make sense? Ladies in the back? Make sense? Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, here's what I want you to do. With the people at your table, Mariam, you can go in the back there. With the people at your immediate table, okay, I want you to work on exercise 4. Okay, table 1. Okay, you two ladies, you guys are going to do exercises 1 through 5. Okay. You three gentlemen, table 2, you're going to do 6 through 10. Okay. Next two, you're going to do 11 through 15. Okay. Sister Noreen and Nayeli, you're going to do 16 through 20. Okay. You ladies here, 21 through 25. Sister Hannah, your table is going to do 26 through 30. Sister Miriam, your table is going to do 31 to 35. And the ladies in the back are going to do 36 through 40. Okay? So you're going to have to flip through, find the vocab if you don't know it, and then make it dual. Or whatever it's asking.
I was looking at that too, but I don't see it.
Yes. I didn't say that, but that's a great idea, so go ahead and do that. Okay, so for the exercise, the 5 exercises that your table is doing, you're going to give me all 3 states. Rafi', Nasab, and Jar. Okay? You can thank Sister Samreen after class, inshallah. Of course.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Entrance.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
People
means.
who are entering.
Yeah, but that's not. Okay, so is it supposed to be one of our vocabulary words? Or do we just come up with our own?
Which one?
Entrance?
It should might be. Try the next page.
What do you mean?
The next after 44, 45.
If there's some words that we don't know the verbiage, like ankle.
Yep, the ankle is in the other one.
So,
In the first list that you have. Yeah.
so how would we do this? Like,
Which one?
So we're gonna change both words.
Which one?
Men. So Guna
Yeah.
and Mentu Rajulun.
No. Sadiqun, that's it.
Okay, so we're
Yeah.
not doing men.
No. But Sadi, the fact that it's wow noon, it's masculine. Remember? Sound masculine plural.
So this is, they wanted singular. Oh, okay, that is, well, you wanted no, but it's close, so we have to make it close. And it didn't say whether they were male. So let's assume that it's a broken. Oh, the broken. Looks like a plural sound.
Very good. So dakhil is one person who's entering. And dakhiluna is a group of people that are masculine who are entering.
Could be masculine or feminine combined together.
Yes, exactly. You guys okay? Any issues? No?
I just kind of know it just because, you know, it's a word.
Ladies, how are you
You know, there's a different word for glass. We use the one we know. So we'll use kursi, even though I can't find it anywhere, but we know it. Actually, look at it. It's very complicated. Just getting the shut done. Yeah. Nasib and jar. Does it change because it's Kursiyan? I guess the thing is, I don't know how to make that. Because you know, like here, so when you do the this one, that had to change in order to have the word. All you have to do is yeah. But if it's this, because it has not an alif there, you have to write it. Yeah, exactly. So this is, I think that's a or it's a feminine. I don't think it's not Kursi, I'm talking about the class. Oh, it is.
All right, everybody, you have 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Yeah, it's covered with that. I didn't see that. I was looking at the photo. Watches, sound,
That's why this is a base word.
Who has plans today at 5:40 p.m.? You have plans at 5:40? What are you going to do? How, you have to go somewhere? That's not what I was hoping for. 5:40 specifically? Nobody? Wow. How can you guys live in LA and not know what's going on at 5:40 p.m. today? La hawla wa la. It's game 7 of the Dodgers. I saw, yeah, that was not the reaction. Dodgers win, they go to the World Series. Come on, guys. Come on. So make sure that at 5:40 you cancel all your plans, Sister Mariam. Cancel all of them, and you stay home and you watch the Dodgers at 5:39 p.m. And support your local team. And then during the commercials, you're going to study your Arabic grammar, inshallah. You get extra credit with Allah, inshallah. All right. Table 1. Here we go. Table 1. Table 1. Bismillah. A glass. What do you have? Zujajatun in the marfu'. In the mansub it's Zujajatan. In the majroor Zujajatin. Very good. Number 2, entrance. People that enter. Okay, what is that called? Dakhil. Dakhil. Okay, and the plural is Dakhiluna in the marfu', and the nasab and jar are Dakhilina. Very good. Don't worry, you guys are all going to do this at home for homework, inshallah. I'm just joking. But a lot of what I'm going to give you on the exam is going to mimic the exercises that you have in the book. Okay, so if you want to do all the exercises and write them all down now, you can. If you want to use it for practice later, you can for the exam. But expect that the test will resemble the exercises in the book. Okay. Number 3, a chair. Which is? Kursiyun in the marfu', and then nasab is? No, it's with ya. It's with ya. And the nasab is? Kursiyan, and the jar is? Kursiyin. Very good. Watches. Sa'atun in the marfu', and the nasab is? Sa'atan Because it's singular, right?
Oh, we were doing plural.
Oh, it's watches. Oh, I'm sorry. Watches. Sa'atun in the mansub, in the marfu', and the nasab and jar are sa'atin. Very good. Excellent. And number 5, 2 lips. What's 1 lip? Shafatun. Okay, so we want dual in the rafi' is shafatani, and the nasab and jar are shafataini. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay. Before we continue, I need to give you guys a break, unless you want to keep going. Finish and leave early?
Yeah.
For the Dodgers game? Okay. Number 6, table 2. 2 eyes. What is 1 eye? Aynun. So we want 2, which is Aynani in the marfu' and the nasab and jar are Aynaini. Okay. Number 7, 1 woman is Imra'atun in the marfu' Imra'atun. The nasab is Imra'atan and the jar is Imra'atin. Very good. Number 8, 2 trees. What is 1 tree? 1 tree. Shajaratun. Okay, and the dual for the marfu'a is Shajaratani, and the nasab and jar for 2 trees is Shajarataini. Very good. Next, 2 rooms. Ghurfatani in the marfu' and the nasab and jar are Ghurfataini. Very good. And number 10, 2 copies. Huh? Ox? Ox is opposite. Right? Nuskha, I think, was the word for copies, right? Where did you find the ox? So nuskhatani in the marfu' and nuskhataini in the nasab and jar. Very good. Number 11, 2 ankles in the marfu' is Ka'bani, and the nasab and jar is Ka'baini. Very good. Number 12, 2 women in the marfu' Imra'atani, and the nasab and jar is Imra'ataini. Very good. Number 13, sitting men. What is a person who's sitting? A male? Jalis. Okay, so plural masculine in the marfu' is? In the marfu' Jalisuna, and the nasab and jar is Jalisina. Don't mix the vowels up, because then it's going to be 2 people sitting instead of plural. Number 14, 2 elbows. Mirfaqatani. Mirfaqatani in the marfu' and the nasab and jar is Mirfaqataini. Do you have mirfaq or mirfaqata? Okay, no problem. And number 15, 2 springs. Spring and eye is the same word. Okay, so 2 springs in the marfu' is Aynani, and 2 springs in the nasab and jar are Aynaini. Very good. Sister Nurina Nayeli, number 16, fasting men in the marfu' Sa'imuna, and the nasab and jar Sa'imina. Very good. Number 17, 2 villages in the marfu' Qaryatani, and the nasab and jar Qaryataini. Very good. Number 18, diligent men. Mujtahiduna in the marfu' and the nasab and jar is Mujtahidina. Very good. Number 19, 2 windows in the marfu' Shubbakani. Shubbakani, and in the nasab and jar Shubbakaini. Very good. Excellent. And number 20, 2 witnesses in the marfu' Shahidani, and the nasab and jar Shahidaini. Excellent. Very good. Next table, 21. Excuse me. A group of, let's say, I don't know, what did you do?
Some teachers.
Which were masculine or feminine?
We did masculine.
Okay, so give me masculine teachers in the marfu'. Mudarrisuna, and the nasab and jar. Mudarrisina. Very good. Very good. Number 22, two carpenters in the marfu'. Najjarani, and the nasab and jar. Najjaraini. Very good. Number 23, patient women in the marfu' is Sabiratun, and the nasab and jar are Sabiratin. Very good. Number 24, some craftsmen in the marfu'. Sani'una in the marfu', and the nasab and jar Sani'ina. Very good. And number 25, two female liars in the marfu'. Very good. Kadhibatani, and the nasab and jar Kadhibataini. Very good. Excellent. Next table, number 26, two shoemakers. Hadha'ani in the marfu' and the nasab and jar Hadha'aini. Very good. That one was tricky because of the hamza at the end. Number 27, two young girls in the marfu'. Huh? Fatatani. Let's just do bint. Let's make it easy, okay? Bint, okay? Bin in the marfu' is bintani, and the nasab and jar bintaini. Very good. Number 28, a female hypocrite in the marfu'. Huh? Munafiqatun, and the nasab and jar munafiqa. Excuse me, in the nasab munafiqatan, and in the jar munafiqatin. Very good. Number 29, female travelers in the marfu'. Huh? Very good. In the marfu', musafiratun, and the nasab and jar musafiratin. Very good. And number 30, many blacksmiths in the marfu'. Haddaduna, sure, okay. And the nasab and jar haddadina. Excellent. Very good, ladies. Number 31, next table, some truthful men. Sadiquna in the marfu' and the nasab and jar Sadiqina. Very good. Number 32, one male hypocrite. Munafiqun in the marfu', in the mansub Munafiqan, and in the jar Munafiqin. Very good. Number 33, two female teachers in the marfu'. Female. Muallimatani in the marfu' and the nasab and jar Muallimataini. Very good. Number 34, two female thieves in the marfu'. Sariqatani, and the nasab and jar Sariqataini. Very good. And the last one, number 35, male believers. Mu'minuna in the marfu' and the nasab and jar Mu'minina. Very good. And the last table, number 36, two female students in the marfu'. Talibatani, and the nasab and jar Talibataini. Very good. Number 37, two successful women. Muflihatani in the marfu' and the nasab and jar Muflihataini. Very good. Number 38, two fasting women in the marfu' Sa'imatani, and the nasab and jar Sa'imataini. Very good. Number 39. Oh dear. Essentially, women that do not observe hijab. That was mutabarrija, one of the words that I told you that was exposing their beauty or whatever. Mutabarrija. So non-observing women or whatever in the marfu', mutabarrijatun, right? In the marfu' and the nasab and jar, mutabarrijatin. Very good. And number 40, two alms-giving women. In the marfu', mutasaddiqatani, and the nasab and jar, mutasaddiqataini. MashaAllah. Very good. Excellent. Okay? Yes?
So in test, are we going to have the English and Arabic?
You won't need to know translation. There will be a vocabulary section. Okay? But for the rest of the exam, you're not going to need to know what the words mean. I'll just ask you, make it marfu', make it mansub, even if you don't know what they mean, the rules are the same.
But it will be in Arabic.
Of course, the Arabic class. All right, go ahead and take 10 minutes. We're going to come back and do exercise 5. Go over maybe some of the word list, and then we'll start chapter 6 next week.
I have a question.
Yes.
For the teachers, it could be Muallima and Mudarrisa. Mudarrisa would be correct also.
Okay, we're resuming 12:35.
Can you show how to write 26 in English? The shoemaker, two shoemakers.
Sure.
So when I wrote Kursiya, you know how like when you add an elif, you have to kind of, well, when you do the, you have to have elif.
Yeah.
Kursiya, does that also need an elif? Or is it just okay? So it doesn't stay an elif maqsura, because of
Yeah, regular.
only for the nasi.
Yeah, only for the nasab. The only time you don't add an alif is if it ends in ta marbuta.
Kursi is feminine, right?
Masculine. It doesn't end in ta marbuta.
When we transfer it,
No. Masculine. No. When it comes to inanimate objects and stuff like that, if it has ta marbuta, feminine. If it doesn't, masculine. Unless it's an element and all the other things that we talked about.
Okay, so this is like
So someone from online is asking, if the Dodgers win today, can you use a cheat sheet on the exam? tell you what, okay? If the Dodgers win today and make it to the World Series, I will allow you to use a 3x5 index card for your exam.
What about your notes?
3x5 index card. Okay?
Does it mean a digital form?
If the Dodgers lose, we all lose. No 3x5 index card.
Chief, I have a question.
Yes.
Regarding the broken plural,
Yeah.
the list, the only the examples that are given in the book are the ones we study, or do we have to find more examples of broken plural? Because the rules are, you kind of have to learn those. There's no pattern.
Right. Right.
So do we?
Like the ones that you'll be tested on?
Yeah.
No, anything. You'll only be tested what's between the pages of the book. Yes.
When does this class end?
Like today?
No. Then semester term.
The term, I think the first week of November? Or first or second weekend of November, something like that.
And the second trimester, I think it's right away, or?
I have to check. I wrote it somewhere. Where did I write it? So quarter one, if you want to write this down. Quarter one is September 8th to November 10th. Quarter two is December 1st to February 16th. And quarter three is February 23rd to May 4th. Okay? So, just if you're paying attention to the calendar, pretty much all of November is off. Right? 2 weeks in November are off for Thanksgiving. Okay? December 1st to February 16th, more than likely there will also be 2 Saturdays off during that Christmas break. I can get you that information later. February 23rd to May 4th, there will also be 1 week off for spring break. And we finish May 4th, the weekend right before Ramadan starts. Okay?
So what was the second term again? December 8th.
December 1st.
December 1st to February 16th.
And the first quarter?
The September 8th to November 10th. Okay. So November 17th and November 23rd, right? No, November 24th will be off. Okay, so 2 Saturdays in a row will be off, and then we will resume Saturday, December 1st, inshallah. Okay?
So when's the last day for this quarter?
May 4th. Or this quarter?
Yeah.
November 10th.
And when is the test?
Maybe November 10th?
Don't say that. I might miss November 10th.
November 10th is actually a long weekend.
Yes, it is.
So some people will not be in town.
You know what? Actually, I don't think I'm going to be in town. That's a very good point, actually. Yeah, you're right. I have a... Okay, how about this? I have to get permission from our principal. Maybe we can do our final or whatever on November 3rd. All right? And then we can have, inshallah, a little extended vacation until the 1st. Okay?
What's November 10th? What are we going
November 10th is a long weekend because of Veterans Day on Monday. So a lot of people are going to be out of town.
So how many chapters are we going to cover?
Any test-related questions I do not have the answers to at this moment.
You said like you can do a final one.
Yeah, because I thought the test would be today. So we'll just do one exam at the end of the quarter on November 1st, pending approval from our principal.
And that will be everything that we've covered.
What date is it today?
20.
So essentially in 2 weeks is the exam, right? We have one more week of instruction. No, we'll include chapter 6. Okay? So just plan that the exam on November 3rd, okay, will be chapters 1 through 6. Okay? And start reviewing the vocab. Okay? Because you'll have a vocabulary section on that test as well. Of course. If you haven't had me before, all my vocabulary tests are cumulative. Always. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead and start chapter 6 so we don't have a lot to cover next week. Okay? Ready?
We're not doing
The last one? No, that's kind of boring. It's just identifying what it is and stuff. Okay? Unless you want to. I mean, look, I want to make sure we cover all of the material comfortably. So if we have time next week, maybe we'll do that exercise, but let's get started with chapter 6. Okay? All right. Here we go. All right. Arabic sentences are of two types. Okay? The word for sentence in Arabic is called jumla. Do you have that word in Urdu?
Yes.
Okay. So jumla is sentence, and we want the Arabic sentence, so al-jumla al-arabiyya. The Arabic sentence, okay? Sentences in Arabic, okay, are of two types. Verbal and nominal, meaning with a noun. Okay? It's very easy. When do you have a verbal sentence? When the sentence begins with a verb. Okay? When do you have a nominal sentence? When the sentence begins with a noun. Very easy. Okay? Any questions on that? Okay. So if we want to say nominal sentence, we will say jumla ismiya, from ism. Okay? Jumlatun ismiyatun, a nominal sentence. Okay? That list of terms that you have in the back of your notebook, we're going to add a couple terms right now. Okay? The first one is jumla, sentence. And then in parentheses you can put ismiya and fi'liya, nominal and verbal. Jumla ismiya, jumla fi'liya, nominal sentence, verbal sentence. Okay? The next term or terms that you're going to add, okay, are going to be the components of a nominal sentence. Okay? What does that mean? Nominal sentences in Arabic are comprised of two components. Okay? I'm going to erase fi'liya here. Okay? The jumla ismiya in Arabic is comprised of two components. The first one is called the mubtada. I'll translate these terms, don't worry. Oops. Mubtada'un. Mubtada'un. Mim, ba, ta, dal, alif with a hamza on top. Mubtada'un. The second component is called khabar. Khabarun. You have khabar in Urdu also, right? Huh? Am I reading from the book? No, I'm here. We'll come to the book, don't worry. I like to explain everything, so when you read the book, you're not lost. Okay? What is the mubtada? The mubtada literally means the thing that begins, the thing that starts. Okay?
Like ibtada.
From ibtada'a, from bada'a, from bidaya. Okay? In English grammatical terms, we're going to call it our subject. Okay? The khabar literally means news or information about this thing. What is the information, the news that I'm learning about that subject? Okay? In English, we're going to refer to it as our predicate. Subject and predicate. Okay? All right. In your book of terms, or whatever, that page, in parentheses next to mubtada, you're going to put a little piece of information. Mubtada equals marfu'. This is a hard and fast rule in the Arabic language. Okay? The mubtada is always marfu'. Always, always, always. Okay? You learned all of the different ways that words can express rafa'. Through the dhamma, through the double dhamma, through the alif, through the waw, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Why did you need to know all that? Because when you want to construct a sentence, the beginning word, the first word, the subject of the sentence will always be marfu'. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Likewise, your khabar will also be marfu'. Okay. Oh, the screen is not updating for some reason. Let me... There we go. Okay. So your mubtada is always marfu', and your khabar is always marfu' as well. Okay? You guys with me so far? All right. In the notes-taking section of your notebook, I want you to write the following. Okay? This is information you will not need right now, but it's information that you need to know so you're not confused later on. Okay? The khabar can be of three types, three different ways of doing it. Okay? Khabar can be a singular word, which is what the majority of what we're going to do right now. Okay? Khabar is just one word. The khabar can also be a partial sentence. Don't worry about that, just write it down. Or the khabar can also be a complete sentence. Again, don't worry about that, just write it down. All we're focusing on right now is going to be khabar when it's a single word. Okay? So khabar. Alright, let's back up. Alright. Sentences in the Arabic language are divided into two categories called Jumla Ismiya, nominal sentences, and Jumla Fi'liya, verbal sentences. We have not even smelled the smell of verbs yet, so just put it to the side. Jumla Ismiya, okay, nominal sentences. There are two primary components to a nominal sentence, Jumla Ismiya. The first one is called Mubtada, which is going to be the subject, the thing that starts the sentence, the first word. How do we identify Jumla Ismiya? Because the sentence begins with a noun. What is that noun called? It's called our Mubtada, the thing that starts, our subject. The second component of Jumla Ismiya is called the Khabar, the predicate, the news of that thing that started the sentence. What about it? Is it tall? Is it short? Is it going somewhere? Is it inside something? Is it on top? What about it? Okay? So that second half of the sentence is going to be the news, the information that we're learning about the first word in the sentence. Does that make sense? Okay. Then we said that there are universal, never-changing rules about the Mubtada and the Khabar. The Mubtada is always marfu', and the Khabar is always marfu' as well. Okay? So you're probably asking yourself, when do we use mansub and when do we use majroor if both are always marfu'? The question that you will answer when you get to these sentences here. Okay? For now we're focusing only on when the khabar is a singular word. And when that happens, it's always marfu', it doesn't change. Okay? So remember, mubtada, the first word in a nominal sentence, the word that starts the sentence. The khabar is the news or information about that mubtada, about that subject. The khabar comes in three ways. It can be one singular word, or it can be a partial sentence, don't worry about that, or it can be a complete sentence, again, don't worry about that either. As far as we're concerned right now, mubtada and khabar, one word, one word. That's it. Okay? In English, in order to have a complete sentence, we have to have a noun and we have to have a verb. No sentence in the English language can exist without the presence of both a subject and a verb. Doesn't happen. However, in Arabic, we can have a sentence that is considered to be a complete sentence without the presence of a verb. A nominal sentence. A jumla ismiya. Does that make sense? Okay. One example, okay, and then next week we'll start reading from the book. Okay? Oh, one other thing. I am so sorry. This is fundamental and crucial as well. Okay. In addition to the mubtada being marfu', we're going to add one more thing. The mubtada is always marfu' and it's always ma'rifah. What you learned week 1. Okay? The mubtada is always marfu' and it's always nakira. Ma'rifa. It is always definite. Okay, so you would if you want to start a sentence, you'll have to put alif lam, al-kitab, al-mudarris, al-qalam, al-masjid. Or you put a proper noun, because remember, proper nouns are ma'rifa. Muhammad, Zainab, Maryam, Fatima, etc., etc. Okay? The khabar, when it's that one singular word, will be nakira. Okay? So mubtada, in addition to being marfu', will also be ma'rifa. Okay? And the khabar, in addition to being marfu', when it's one word, okay, when it's one word, which is all we're talking about right now, will be nakira. Okay? If you're wondering why the switch, okay, this is on a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably a 2 or 3. If you want to know it because you're curious, great. If it doesn't concern you, then ignore what I'm about to say. The reason for that is if you were to have ma'rifa and ma'rifa, it would be as if you're describing this thing. Meaning you're saying, instead of saying the man is tall, you would be saying the tall man. You hear the difference? The man is tall. Okay, we're learning something new about the man, which is that he's tall. But if we're saying the tall man, we're not learning anything new about him. Because he is the tall man already. Well, what about the tall man, essentially? Okay? So if you have ma'rifa and ma'rifa, it's going to be an adjective construction. We'll get to that. But for now, ma'rifa and nakira. Why? Because this is the way that we would say or learn some type of new information. Okay? All right. One more thing, okay, is that the word is and are do not exist in the Arabic language. Okay? If I wanted to say in English, the man is tall, I would say the man, ar-rajulu, right, is tall, tawil. Okay? In Arabic, we don't have the word is. It doesn't exist. So how do we say the man is tall? We would say ar-rajulu tawilun. No is. And if we wanted to say the men are tall, okay, we would say ar-rijalu tiwal, plural of tall. Okay? There's no R. The men are tall. There's no R. There's no is. Okay? So remember how I told you that alif lam we translate as the, and the double vowels we translate as A or N. Okay? Is and are do not exist in the Arabic language. So you have to add it in your translation. Okay? Yes?
How would you say men are tall? As in general men, not the men. As in those men. Such a thing exists.
Men are tall? Like all men? Right? You would also say ar-rijal.
It would be the men.
Yeah.
Right? And if we're talking about specific men, it would be men.
So if I were to say a group of specific men, I would say ar-rijal. Okay? Or I would say these men, which is, we haven't learned that yet. But in Arabic, which is actually something that we use in Islamic legal theory, for those of you that are interested, when we have a word that begins with alif lam, it's complete. It encompasses everything of that type. For example, when Allah says, فَسَجَدَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ كُلُّهُمْ أَجْمَعُونَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. Okay? Or تَتَنَزَّلُ فِيهَا, what is it? تَتَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا. Right? تَتَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. It has alif lam. The angels. Okay? So the Sharia, one of the legal theory principles, tells us that if it has alif lam, it includes all the angels. So just like you would say ar-rijalu tiwal, all the men. Yeah. Unless you add something to specify. All right. I know it was a lot of new information right now. Okay. Don't worry. Next week at the beginning, we are going to repeat everything we just did right now. Jumla ismiya, jumla fi'liya, mubtada, khabar, marfu', nakira, ma'rifa, all that. We're going to repeat it next week. As long as you have it written down now, so when we start next week, at least you can focus on what I'm saying and not focus on writing. Okay? And then we'll get into the examples of how to construct these types of sentences. Okay? Any questions? Okay, so remember your tentative date, exam date is November 1st, pending, November 3rd, excuse me, pending approval. All right? Hopefully I can confirm with you guys by next week, inshallah. Alrighty. If no questions, any questions online? Nope. Alright, subhanallah bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. If you came late, I need to take attendance. Sena Maiman is online. Zahid Khan. Serene is online. Shabana is online. Faisal is absent. Mumtaz was online today? Yes? Yes. Samir?
Yes.
Hadi? Fatima Sheikh? Alia absent. Sayyid? Zina Basma? Harun? And Samreen. Yes. Okay, thank you everybody. We'll see you next week, inshallah. Yeah, there you go for your exam, right?